We don't know the actual state of coronavirus infections and deaths in China, but there is one thing that's sure, and that is the Communist Party is using their treatment of coronavirus to extend their influence in the world. And that means that infections and deaths are actually extremely political right now. And that means we can't trust them. So whenever information comes out that supports a Communist Party narrative, we can say that it's suspect. Low numbers of infections and deaths support the Communist Party's narrative that their method of dealing with the coronavirus is superior to that of the United States and other countries. And this feeds into their narrative that their form of governance is superior to democracy. So this is extremely political. It is a matter that is vital to the Communist Party, which means that we should suspect the numbers that come out of China. Unfortunately, too many people in the United States take China's numbers at face value, and they shouldn't. We know that on January 26th of 2020, the Communist Party actually announced their coronavirus task force. And that 9-person roster included only one public health official. The rest were party hacks and propaganda workers, as they're called. And that really shows the Communist Party's priorities with regard to this. Unfortunately, the initial indications are that the Biden administration is making the wrong policy choices on coronavirus. So, for instance, on day one, President Biden rejoined the World Health Organization, which was responsible for helping spread China's false narrative about contagiousness. And this is worse because senior doctors at WHO knew that the coronavirus was highly contagious, but their concerns were nullified by the political leadership that spread China's position that it was not readily transmissible. So we should not be rejoining the WHO because it was complicit with China. This is important for the United States to be skeptical of China's statements and statistics. Right now, we have an administration that wants to cooperate with China on coronavirus. But there's information that strongly suggests that China deliberately spread this disease beyond its borders. They lied about the contagiousness of COVID-19, and then they pressured countries not to impose travel restrictions and quarantines on arrivals from China while they were locking down their own country, indicating that they thought these measures would be effective, which means that they thought that the pressure on other countries would spread the disease. You can't cooperate with a country that is responsible for hundreds of thousands of American deaths. China's lies have consequences because they are leading us to policy choices that are not advantageous for the international community and certainly not advantageous for the United States.